gentlemen, and welcome to Season 2 of Owlet. Match 3, sorry, Week 3 of Owlet. Season 2, Match 1. Gonna be the Licorice Whip versus Penten Visirion. I am joined today by my co-host here, Burn Press. Press, you lovely man, please introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Prez, I guess. That's my name. I'm a casting.
Yeah. Let's talk about these teams, okay? Licorice Whip, they're 0-4 right now, okay? But I'm feeling like they can make the comeback with this match, okay? They can be like the underdogs, okay? Because if you think about it, first it's Penten Visirion, okay? And then they're up there beating Infinite Meat. I'm thinking like a huge comeback story for Licorice Whip here, okay? Like full scale. They're going to be in the OWL someday, but you know, we got to start out small.
All right. So we're taking a look at Licorice Whip and Penten versus Visirion, currently 10th and 8th respectively in the standings, with Licorice Whip only having ever won one map and Penten only winning a total of 4. So they're not looking too hot right now.
Yeah, but I'm thinking exactly, and that's the thing is, I think that this is going to be Licorice Whip's game. They're waking up, they're thinking, all right, you know, we messed around, but it's time to get serious now. Like I'm looking for an absolutely like scrumptious game, an absolutely amazing game. This is going to be a good one.
All right. Well, of course, we're going to be opening up onto Ilios, and with Ilios, you're going to be seeing a lot. If we're running well, you're going to well, you'll be seeing a lot of Orisa Hog compositions. If you're going to Lighthouse, maybe that's something that players will want to play a lot more goats on. And if you're going to Ruins, of course, one of the best Widowmaker maps in the whole game, and that's where you're going to see a lot of sniper duels. But it looks like we will be heading to well to start off. So again, you have to be looking for those Orisa Hog compositions where you're going to be going for the halt hook combos, as well as maybe some pharmacies trying to get the boop kills into the well. Again, the well, so important that you can use use your different CC abilities to get those environmental kills. It's so much easier to kill them, and you don't really have to worry about them killing you.
Yeah, you know, this season we've seen a lot of Orisa Hog coming out from all of the teams in the Owlet League. So I'm really excited to see what these two teams do. Maybe they're going to mix it up a little. I don't know. We'll see. But this map is known for its boops, as you said. So we're going to be seeing a little bit of well action for sure. Starting out on the side of the Licorice Whip, I believe. Let me just double check that. Yep. On the Licorice Whip side, looks like they're going to be running triple tank goats. Oh, that I have not seen before. And on the side of Penten Visirion, they're also looking to be running some goats. So not a lot of boops, unfortunately, but again, those Lucios could be showing us what's up. So,
well, I mean, you say that, but like, if you think about it, Lucio has a boop, Brig has her Whiplash to boop, Diva has her Jets to boop, Ryan even has a pin to boop. Like, there's a lot of boops that can happen. But looking at these compositions, Penten Visirion is running that Zenyatta goats, whereas Licorice Whip is running the Moira goats. So,
looks like
less healing for Penten, but they're able to get those kills quicker. And here we go.
The team fight's initiating here. Both goats running into each other. Looks like Lucio's going to try and go from behind for the boop. Samson's going to get the pick onto Sarcy with the Fire Strike. Both teams in full swing here. Bones is going to get the pick onto Samson. Wow, triple headshot. Bones going to get another pick. Going to get the DMAC. Hephaestus going to pick up 2 as well. So Carvana going to get the pick onto Sin City and Bones. And it looks like Penten Visirion going to be cleaning up house here as they take point for our first map here. Squirtle's like trying to chase down that Zarya a little bit. He's playing really aggro here, so it's going to be a little fun to watch some aggressive Lucio. He's hiding in that room, so we got some interesting plays. Looks like Penten Visirion going to be winding around the left here with the Licorice Whip trying to see which direction they're going, and Squirtle's still in that room. Might not know that they're winding around there, Squirtle. So you might want to reposition. And as if he heard me, he did move, and now he's going right in for the boop. Going to try and get that pick. Gets one. Sarah DG gets the pick onto Samson, and Squirtle gets the pick onto Sarah. A trade there, and again, wow, Penten Visirion just picking up every single kill. Amazing on their side. They've been really cleaning these fights up.
Definitely, and of course, excellent ult rotation from Penten, only using the rally and the grab.
Carvana gets another pick. Oh my god, this guy's huge. Tossing lobbing these bombs. Licorice Whip just doesn't know what to do. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it really is. And of course, Carvana has been a star player throughout not only just this map, but out all of Owlet. He's shown that he's able to keep that high charge, has excellent tracking, and now with the armor from the rally underneath his shield, he'll have so much health to do whatever he wants with this high charge.
Licorice
He should
going
be
to be
able to build another
popping
grab for
the
free.
rally moving in here. The bomb's going to go off on the side. It's going to get 3K, 4K, excuse me. And wow, a absolutely massive bomb on the side of A-Love. Wow, yeah, a well-deserved taunts on the side here for Penten Visirion. Absolutely cleaning house. And Licorice Whip, unfortunately, not even being able to touch the point. That was unfortunately brutal to watch. But,
Yeah,
on the other hand,
there are 2 support ults here for Penten and Visirion, as well as the Graviton, so they should be able to hold this no problem. But at the same time, here's the Diva Bomb
Sensei's
coming
going
out
to
from
cup up the
Licorice.
button. Does it get anybody? No, it doesn't. Hephaestus is going to pick up the Tomiko. They're going to win their big 1v1, and they're going to pop the sound barrier for the Licorice Whip in an attempt to stay alive. Trans going off on both sides. Both support ults are down. Bones gets the picks onto Samson. A boop, nonetheless. And Squirrel gets the pick onto the Sarah. A lot of trade kills here. Hephaestus going to kill Sarsi, and it looks like Penten Visirion is closing up the point. Sin City and Bones trying to hang on there. Bones splinting around the point. Sin City gets mech back. Can he do anything about it? I don't know. He's close to the D-mech. Gets D-mech'd eventually. Bones still jumping around like a frog. Gonna get picked right as I say that. Caster Curse. And Penten Visirion still holding on to this point as Licorice Whip desperately tries to hold on. And goodbye, Sarah DG. Into the pit you go. And Tomiko soon to follow as Penten Visirion picks up his first round. Certainly some very, very close games here, folks, but wow, I'm surprised that they didn't actually touch the point there, I don't think.
Yes, what really stood out, though, for Penten Visirion compared to Licorice Whip was their ultimate rotation. Licorice Whip never seemed to really have a clear plan on what ults they were going to use and how they were going to use them, whereas Penten comes out and they're like, okay, we're going to Shatter Bomb here, we're going to grab Rally here. They always had these set plans, and it looks like if it ain't broke, don't fix it for Penten.
And they're going
Licorice Whip,
goats again!
They think that Zen Goats is still the best option.
Zen
So
Goats.
both teams going to be pulling out the Zen Goats, and the advantage for me is going to go to Penten since they just won a map.
They did just win the map, but we have to think about here, they did have that huge map control. Well, usually is a very, very hard point to push on. Maybe we can see some difference here for Ruins, but, you know, then again, it's anybody's game here. Looks like they're going to be pushing each other again with the classic Goats 1v1. Goats 1 off. Kaus gets the picks onto Bone. Sarah picks up Samson. Kaus going to pick up Tomiko. It's even, the double melee kill onto Cytheria and Sarsi. And as usual, or as you predicted, Press, Penten Visirion going to take this point once again. And Licorice Whip, unfortunately, heading back to the spawn room to regroup here.
Yes, but it's nowhere nearly as bad as it was on Well for Licorice Whip because they're leading in ultimate charge. They have the highest built on the Shatter, and that's going to be really important if they can get an early one off. Not to mention that Penten they didn't feed as much to them, so there's not as much ult charge.
Yeah, and they need to play more aggro here. Looks like they're getting pushed into a wall. Samson going to get the pick on a Sarah DG again, but he's going to get picked off. Just as we always say, these trades keep happening. Squirtle and Samson are going to get picked off, and Tomiko is going to get as well. But unfortunately, Licorice Whip still hanging on here. Looks like they might be able to pick this up as Sarah gets back from the spawn room, and they're fighting this Zarya on point. It looks like they might... No, they didn't pick up the kill onto the Zarya. Unfortunately, he's able to get away. And Licorice Whip is going to be taking the point. It looks like they got a baby diva there on the end there. Licorice Whip going to be taking the point from the Penten Visirions. And they're still playing aggro. I think the problem with Licorice Whip right now is they're finding that struggle to balance between aggro. You see, Penten is very much in their face, and when you're playing Goats, that's the kind of mentality you need, and I don't think that Licorice Whip is pulling that off exactly. Sin City going to pick up Squirtle, and they're actually going to clean out Penten Visirion right as I say that. But it's very interesting to see this team dynamic where you notice that these two teams don't really, they don't exactly mesh well with aggressiveness. You know, you see a lot of teams play aggro, but when they get played aggro against, sometimes they tend to back off, and I think it's in most cases at least the team that backs off the most that tends to lose the points here.
Yes, but here the ult advantage is in the favor of Penten Visirion, with the Earth Shatter coming out, gonna pick up a few, but not able to get any kills off it.
Yeah, it looks like it's going both ways now. Visirion going to get the pick onto Samson, a love, and is close to follow. And this is really anybody's game here. It looks like they're even right now, but they have the rally open, so there's that armor. They're going to pop the Sound Barrier maybe a little bit too late on the side of Bones, as him and Sin City are the only ones alive here. Will they be able to get a pick with it? They're also going to pop the Trans, a strange choice, but then again, they should be able to contest this point for just a little bit longer. And Penten Visirion is going to pop the grab in an effort to also stay alive. An interesting choice here.
Yes, definitely some unclean ultimates coming out there from Licorice Whip. In the end, they needlessly used the Transcendence and the Graviton and weren't even able to get any stall percentage. Now they're only coming back with a rally and a bomb, where on the side of Penten Visirion, you have both of your support ultimates in the Transcendence and the Lucio B. That's just going to be a huge advantage for them.
Yeah, I agree here as we're getting back into yet another team fight. You got to be careful next to that ledge, Sarah. Looks like they're pushing in once more into the breach. Lens the two shatter, excuse me. Samson going to die and Sarah going to follow as the usual Ryan picks do go. Festus going to pick up Sarcy, and looks like the fight is over in favor of Penten Visirion just because they're still getting those picks. Gets the pick onto Bones, and the Diva trying to get out of there as he tries to peel, but unfortunately going to get demeched, and the whole team follows suit. Looks like they might cap this point here as map 1 is going to go to Penten Visirion. Ilios 2-0. Very interesting match.
Definitely, and honestly, Ilios is such a good map to run a Pharah that I'm kind of surprised neither team pulled it out. If you're going up against Goats, one of the best counters to it is that Pharmacy, where you run the Pharah, you run the Mercy, and the damage boosted rockets just deal so much damage that you're able to build so much ult charge, and you just get crazy amounts of kills. And of course, a beautiful 4.5.
A beautiful 4.5 bomb. Yeah, I think the positioning in the aggro. I think the positioning on the aggro definitely worked out in their end. So for sure, some standout plays from both teams here, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough on the side of Licorice Whip.
Yeah, but Licorice Whip, they had a stronger showing on runes. They clearly realized where their weaknesses were and how they needed to improve. But again, the ultimate rotation from Penten Visirion just so strong that if Licorice Whip can't respond to it, they're going to lose every time. And if they have any hope of even winning a match in general, they need to realize that their ults need to be cleaner. They need to be using them in set combos, not just whenever they feel like it.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think that these Goats comp on Ilios was definitely interesting. You know, usually you see on that well, people go Boops both sides, but I think that they opted, both teams at least, to go Goats for both maps, which I actually haven't seen before for teams. They usually go with either the Pharah, but it's definitely a change of pace. You do see Goats a lot, but not in that way at least.
Yes, well, as we are going to start heading to Rialto, our next map, I'm expecting to see a lot of double sniper compositions. It's very good with those long sight lines, especially on first and second point, where you can play that Widowmaker, play that Hanzo, play that Ashe, and you just have this long range to shoot down without really being pressured too much. Of course, on the flip side, you can also see Goats come out, and also some interesting Orisa Hog on first point defense, where you're trying to pull them into the water. And of course, the lovely streets of Venice are just have those gondolas.
The lovely streets of Venice, and those fishermen, of course, the Omnic fishermen. Hopefully, we will see some people swimming with the fishes because I love those beginning map boops at the beginning of the map. You know, some people go hog actually on the first area, and they tend to go for those massive hooks, which I actually have fell victim to a couple times in Overwatch solo queue competitive mode. Much to my dismay. So, ooh, yep. And we got some interesting picks. We're going for
broke. Don't fix it.
And if it ain't
from both teams.
And if it ain't Goats, don't play it. Remember that, kids. If it ain't Goats, don't play it. Or at least in the opinion of these two teams, running Goats seemingly in every situation. Goats is a amazing comp. Ooh. We have some cool sneak tactics on the side of Licorice Whip, stepping up their gameplay here, as they're going to be trying to get the surprise on to Team Penten Visirion. So, going to see some interesting plays here as we go into this first match. Or the second match, excuse me.
Without a doubt, and they're really going to be looking to get that surprise drop down onto the Reinhardt, discord him, and kill him ASAP. Whereas Penten Visirion is more looking to just play this at the pace they want. They can pick their engagements.
Wait for it. They're gonna drop right down onto Samson. Cal's gonna fall off the map to some unknown higher power. Tomiko gonna get the pick onto Samson. Looks like it's working in the Licorice Whip. Nope, scratch that. Squirtle gets the 2K onto Tomiko and Sarah. An absolutely huge move, but that's gonna turn the tables of this battle into the favor of the Penten Visirion. They're just gonna mop the floor with Licorice Whip. That looked like they were winning originally, but Carvana on that high charge again gets the 5. Wow, interesting battle there. I love taking a little seat there onto the payload.
And of course, Squirtle, such a high ultimate charge, not 65%, but have faced this at 95%. That rally armor is going to be so crucial in winning this next fight. They only really need to use that ultimate, and they should be able to win a fight with that bonus HP. And here we go, they're starting to engage.
Looks like the fight can go anyway. They get the 4K shatter onto, and they're going to be able to clean up. The entire Licorice Whip team is going to be wiping Penten Visirion. As they push them back from the payload, they're going to be able to save it right at that end marker, and that's really useful. You know, that's what I love about Rialto is you have those, although it looks like a very short distance for the payload to move, it's actually very, very hard to push those points. There's a lot of chokes that you can get caught at. Oh, Squirtle is going to try and go for the C9 there, but unfortunately going to get caught by Sarsi. How sad. I really would have liked to see that.
Yes, and here we
Looks
go.
like Penten Visirion going to pop the rally. They're going to get the grab. They're going to get the sound barrier. They're using Evriel. Carvana going to land the triple melee. And Sin maybe going to waste that ult a little bit. And Cythera soon to follow as Penten Visirion take the first point of Rialto. Moving towards the bridge and the end goal. I love going to take another...
If you're Licorice Whip, you can't be too upset about that. You got 3 ultimates out of them, and you have your own 3. You have the Transcendence, the Beat, and the Graviton. 3 really important ultimates. Of course. But you have to make sure that you're killing them quickly before the Transcendence from Caius can come out.
Exactly. I think that Licorice Whip, and gonna get the pick onto Bones right there, Licorice Whip is very much struggling with this aggro play that they're really experiencing right here, and Penten Visirion is just punishing that to the max. House is going to win that Zenyatta 1v1, and they're just going to keep moving forward. The trans may be a little bit unnecessary, but it's alright because, as I guess said before, they're still pushing that payload. Diva in the backline there, going to get picked off, and the whole team kind of trickling here. You notice the team's kind of respawning and unspawning, and it's very interesting to see how, you know, these staggers are playing out.
Yes, well, there's only one fight left for second point, probably, but Licorice Whip here coming in with 4 ultimates to Penten Visirion's 2, and they're 4 ultimate in the Lucio or the Zen.
Gotta pop the bomb, it doesn't get anybody.
Can just pick up a ton of kills, but it doesn't look like they'll even touch.
And they're gonna cap point. Wow. Now you see it again, Penten Visirion is just laying into the Licorice Whips. They just keep playing aggro, and when you're on goats, you cannot afford to not play aggro. And I think that's the main reason that's going down here. They're going to pop that grab onto Sarah. It's not really that useful considering it's only one person, but they're going to kill him nonetheless, and they're going to keep pushing through. 4 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Things are looking good for Penten Visirion.
They definitely are, and with them being close to Beat and Trans, Licorice Whip is going to have to look to use this Graviton very, very soon. They had the Diva Bomb. They just have to make sure it comes out before the Beat is built by Squirtle.
Of course, and as they're slowly pushing towards this end goal here, finally, they're going to initiate. They're actually going to get the pick onto Chaos. They're going to get a massive 4-5 Earth Shatter. But it looks like it doesn't matter as Sin City picks up another 2, and wow, Licorice Whip turning the tides.
Yeah, well, a big problem there was that Samson, while he didn't necessarily have a shield, Carvana also didn't use those bubbles properly. He didn't wait for the very last second to use them. Instead, he chose to use them right as he got grabbed, meaning he couldn't protect himself from the Diva Bomb when it did explode. And now Bones and Squirtle, both going to be the only ones on the field with ultimates in their Beat. But Sarsi and Caius both close to Transcendence and have faced this close to a rally. They love being close to Diva Bomb.
Exactly, you have to be close with these ultimate economies as we move into this next game. They're going to pop the barrier to play a little bit more aggro, but the barrier is going to come off on both sides. Sarah gonna miss the charge on Hephaestus. Looks like that landed for a second there. Samson's gonna pick up Sarah DG. And the Penten Visirion are quickly turning the tide of this battle as they land a massive Earth Shatter. Tomiko going down. The bomb is going off. Is it going to get anybody? It's going to get a 2K. Wow.
And there is the cleanup for Penten and Visirion. And they have a grab and trance to make sure that they can hold this fight. The grab should come out any second to keep them away from the point. And they don't even need it, as they're going to go ahead and cap their point.
Penten Visirion just laying down the static, like, aggressiveness in this match. You really see it a lot, and it's interesting to see Licorice Whip really isn't doing anything about it. You know, you see a lot of teams maybe
Licorice
swap
Whip is
up.
trying to respond, but they're not doing a good job of it. They should really be looking to run a pharmacy of some sort.
Of course.
Since Penten seeming to be a one-trick pony, spamming Zenyatta goes into every situation, and
Well, you have to give them credit. They are doing very well on the Zen Goats. You know, I genuinely did believe that at the beginning there, the Licorice Whip, we're going to be able to take that point. But as I said before, Penten Visirion is just way too powerful with his Goats. It's almost as if, you know, we're punching above weight classes here. Licorice Whip is kind of playing Penten's game. And as the map choices, or the hero choices rather, roll out, we're going to see Zen Goats on both sides once more. An unfortunate reality in the current meta, but a welcome one.
Doorknob, do you know the definition of insanity?
What is the definition of insanity, Press? Tell me.
It is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
Oh.
Licorice Whip, I have to say, they seem pretty insane to me. Penten Visirion, they're coming up right behind on the spawn door, on the right side when you come out of spawn for the offense, and they're looking to take a really
no. Penten
Visirion is ready.
This is so. I don't think they are going to expect it. Penten Visirion crouching, trying to stay a little bit quiet here. Oh, that poor Lucio. That poor Lucio. They're going to jump. Oh my God! Bones gets a 2K. They were not ready for that. Hephaestus going to walk off the map. How unfortunate. Oh my God. Bones absolutely outplaying Penten Visirion.
Do they not see Alof?
I don't think they.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Oh my
Press, I have no idea what just happened, but that was a lot of... And Squirtle was hiding in the back. That was a lot of events that just happened.
Yeah, I mean, like, Alof got connected, and then he just hid behind cart for a
He
good 10
was
seconds,
hiding behind the cart, and they just ignored him. I wasn't sure if it was... Yeah. Looks like they're gonna Penten Visirion gonna take revenge. They're gonna get the pick onto Tomiko. Oh, and Penten Visirion not happy that they got booped off the map. The Rhine is pushing into Sin. He's gonna kill that baby diva. Oh, will he escape? No, he will not. Not with his life, at least. And Bones trying to hide once more, but unfortunately, you cannot hide from A-Love too. He will always find you. And the fight's gonna balance out.
Comes online for Penten. Things are looking really good for them. Of course, there is a counter transcendence from Sarsi over on the side of Licorice Whip, but they aren't really close to that many other ultimates than, say, a beat. And that's not going to look good when you're on the offense. You need those ultimates to engage.
Squirtle going to try and go around, get a boop. He's not going to succeed. Sorry, Squirtle. Unfortunately, you are not Bones. Both teams playing very aggro, but Bones is going to get another boop onto Samson. Poor Reinhardt, just getting bullied over here in this game. Sin City is going to get picked off by Carvana. Ilove's going to pick up Tomiko with the boop nonetheless. A rare sight indeed. And Bones going to be sprinting back to her spawn in an effort to regroup and recuperate.
Yes, the ult advantage does go to Licorice Whip here, but it's only by one ultimate. Alove had to use his Diva Bomb to remech. And of course, Licorice Whip going to have a full 6 coming up soon. And there's the rally to initiate.
Indeed, it's anybody's fight here. Unfortunately, Samson's going to pick up Sin City. The bomb's not going to get anybody. There's a lot of ults going off right here. Sin City's going to get the self-destruct onto A-Love, Samson, and the whole team is going to come crumbling down as Licorice Whip falls to a unfortunate team wipe. A-Love with the D-Mech. He needs to get that mech back, otherwise this next fight might not be so pretty. Obviously, Diva gets her mech back very quickly, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Yes, he's 77%, 79%, 80, 90. He's gonna build his back.
Yeah, he's gonna build it back up probably, but they're playing.
They're
in their face. They're in their face.
Aggressive grab here.
Ooh, a 2K. Is he gonna pick up Bones? I don't know. Tomiko gets picked off again by the Rhine charge. This is the problem, Press, that we're seeing. Licorice Whip is just not feeling the goats be goats, and I think that's the main problem. I think if they really were able to swap off this goats and maybe try a different approach, they might be able to see a little bit more success, but unfortunately, not going to be the case for either teams as they just keep picking Zen goats. Oh my god, this... I gotta say, this is just hard to watch as Licorice Whip just getting absolutely pounded in this match. The rally is already off. The armor decay hasn't actually been released yet, so the armor is going to stay on them for this next team fight. Things are not looking good. All they have is a grab, and they're building up to a shatter. Oh, Licorice Whip. It's going to be a big grab on both sides, but Licorice Whip is going to come on top as they do have the Transcendence, and they're going to finally take the point. Squirtle's hiding in the backline. Nobody sees him. Gonna get booped off the point, unfortunately. You cannot hide from anybody. He's gonna wind around. Doesn't actually have anywhere to run there, so it's an interesting approach. Wow, both teams are really close here. On both sides, this really could be anybody's fight. The Shatter's not going to be able to hit anybody. Sarah is going to pop the bomb. Ooh, it's going to get nobody, unfortunately, and she's going to get picked off. But Licorice Whip is going to come on top of this fight, and they're going to be able to cap this point, giving them a 3 minutes, I believe. And they're going to be pushing once more. Licorice Whip pushing forward here. The mech's hitting dangerously low for A-Love. They're pushing into Licorice Whip as they always do. Sarah, you're getting a little too low. You gotta back up there. 35 health's gonna fall. Tomiko's also gonna fall in sight there. All three of them are going to go down to Penten Visirion's absolute dominance on this goats. Bones being chased down. Not gonna be able to make it back to the spawn room. Sin City closely following suit. And that Zen there is going to be a little bit alone on that right side. Wow. Game's coming back here. Hephaestus is going to get to pick on the Tomiko. The bomb's going to go off on this side. It's not going to get anybody. Actually, Extract's going to get Sarah DG. Mech's going to go away for Sin City. Carvana going to pick up Bones and Samson. Also going to pick up Sin City. A-Love going to pick up Sarsi. An absolute huge ults on both sides for these teams here. I think the Licorice Whip is definitely dominating. Or, sorry, excuse me. Penten Visirion is definitely dominating on this goods. They're... Samson going in way too deep, and because of that, he's going to leave the Zen, but it doesn't really matter. Zen, goodbye, Kaus. You lived a good life, but unfortunately, Bone sentences you to death. They're going to pop the sound barrier in an effort to push Penten Visirion back. They've been getting pushed into a wall. They're tired of the bullying. They want to push them back, and they're going to pop the rally. They're really just going after Penten. They're you know what? Licorice Whip is just like, you know what, guys? We've had it. Just go home, okay? We're capping this point, all right? We're bringing it all the way home. Oh! Squirtle gonna run across and maybe make it out barely with his life. And they're gonna be getting into this next team fight as Carvana resets from spawn. Both teams, as I said before, it looks like the plan is to leave the Diva on card. An interesting choice for goats, but nonetheless they're gonna be clashing again. Licorice Whip, wow, playing very aggro. Extremely aggressive, finally not taking Penten Visirion shit anymore. They're gonna pop the trans. Ooh, this is anybody's fight. Wow, look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an example of a team evolving. Although the trans is going off, they're playing aggro. They've learned their lesson. Bomb's going to go off on Sin City. It's going to get one. What's the other one going to get? It's going to get two. Oh, no, Penten Visirion. Things are not looking good. They're closing in on Licorice Whip. This is anybody's game here. They're going to land the grab onto three people. Buns is going to go down. Sarah's going to go down. Tomiko is going to go down. And that poor Zenyatta Sarsi is soon to follow, with Rialto going to Penten Visirion.
Yes, and Penten Visirion now is up 2-0. And guys, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes to bring you map 3, aka Temple of Anubis.
Indeed,
so we'll
indeed.
After this amazing play of the game, of course.
Of course. I gotta say, we've seen some amazing play, but the aggressive play on Penten Visirion is something I don't think I've ever seen before in a team. So I'm very excited to see them play a little bit more, and we'll be right back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for waiting as we get back into the game here. Third map. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for waiting as we get back into the game here. Yeah, I did a goof. But we are going to be starting this next map, Temple of Anubis. Press. What do you want to say? It's alright. So, this next map is Temple of Anubis. We've seen some interesting play with both of these teams on the side of Licorice Whip and Penten and Visirion. As we had been discussing, Penten does like to play very aggressive, and Licorice Whip is having trouble counterparting that. So, I think in this upcoming match, I'm personally looking for who exactly is going to be taking this point here, because I think, honestly, Licorice Whip does have a very good chance of coming back here. Obviously, they've proven themselves to be capable, as they have done some very sneaky strats, but we will see. Now, an interesting thing to note on the side of both teams here is the fact that both of them are actually on the lower end of the minor scoreboard right now, so we have some interesting dynamics as far as the player dynamic, because both of these teams obviously are aiming for the top spot here. Both of them kind of looking for... Licorice Whip actually hasn't won. They've won actually one map, Penten and Visirion. On the opposite end of that, they won 2 and 2. But they are both perfectly capable, as we saw in both of those maps. So we're going to see some interesting play coming out from both of them. And we're going to get started real soon, just as I figure out a little bit of technical problems here, folks. Going to wait a second. Sorry for the wait, folks. Gonna be quickly figuring it out. Looks like we got some problems here. Let's see. So yeah, our third map is 2CP Temple of Anubis. Assault, I believe. Licorice Whip is going to be starting out attacking Penten on defense. There we go. Figured out.
Good?
Yep, we are all good. It looks like that was odd.
That was odd. I think if you're using audio voice...
Yeah, I could actually hear myself, but you couldn't hear me. And I imagine that's probably because of the button that I was pressing. All good. Go ahead and tell them that we are ready, and we may begin map 3.
Cool. Intro us in, and then I'll say it.
Already started.
Oh, cool. Hi.
All good, all good. It happens, it happens.
It does. Not scuffed, by the way.
Hey, me and you, we're a team. All right, we gotta stage up the other casters.
Yeah, but like I use the TIEM team where there's an I in team.
Ooh, all right, okay, all right.
You see that? That's like some next level thinking.
Well, the thing is
that's how everyone in Overwatch ladder plays.
There's also an M and an E. Never forget that.
Of course, most important part of team. Me. Alright, well, as we go into Temple of Anubis, we're going to be seeing probably some Zenyatta goats coming out yet again from Penten Visirion, where if Licorice Whip wants to actually try and win a map, they need to not spam Zenyatta goats, because they're clearly losing every time. They have to run some sort of counter to it, whether it's the Pharmacy, a Junkrat, a Hanzo, something that can counter it. Just please. And we're going to be loading up with Licorice Whip on the defense and Penten Visirion on the attack. And Penten Visirion maybe pulling out something different, but I highly doubt it. And I think these are just some troll picks.
Actually, ooh,
oh wait, sorry.
I don't know.
I'm a bot. I'm a bot. Don't listen to me.
Hey, you're not a bot. All right.
Don't listen to me. Licorice Whip is the red and on attack, and Penten Visirion is the blue defending. And Penten Visirion going to be pulling out an interesting triple tank composition with a Widow, whereas Licorice Whip is going to be pulling out a Genji Sombra Dive, but only a Brig and Zenyatta for healing, which is not that much if all things considered.
Yeah, I'm actually excited to see Squirtle play this Widow. We've seen him on the Lucio, so we could get maybe some head clicking here. I do entertain the Widows, so let's see as we roll out.
Looks like Licorice Whip, they're going to change things up a little bit, running the Winston main tank instead of a Reinhardt, but other than that, no real changes. And Squirtle landing a nice shot to get some ult charge.
Whew, Squirtle's backing up. SarahDG gonna get the stun. Unfortunately, I spoke a little bit too soon there. Samson's actually going to get picked off. Licorice Whip pushing hard on this offense. Obviously, Dive is very strong on this map. Owlet is gonna get demeched, and they're just pushing in. Squirtle's trying to grapple up top to get the picks, but unfortunately his team is dead, so not going to get much. And Licorice Whip is just going to clean up the point and take it. 30 seconds, very timely, actually. Surprising from what we saw. There's definitely a big change from these previous 2 maps that we were on.
Definitely. Well, Penten and Visirion here, they don't have that Lucio to really speed out and engage on to the enemy team, so by taking that early fight, it was smart on them, but at the same time, they got punished for it. And now they're only running a Brig and a Zenyatta when you're with 3 tanks that you have to heal up. Not smart. This should, in all, theoretically, go in the favor of Licorice Whip.
Ooh, Licorice Whip playing down the dive hard. Ooh, the 3K shatter. Absolutely massive. Gonna get... Oh, the eat! Wow! Sin City's gonna eat the grab. That was actually very, very nice. You don't really usually see that because of how fast those projectiles usually do move, but... Chamiko getting dangerously low is going to get picked off by Carvana, and the bomb's going to go off and get 2! And unfortunately, Licorice Whip is going to be forced to back out as they take the point back. Penten Visirion.
Yeah, so Penten and Visirion so behind on ult charge. Now they only have the Transcendence, and they're close to a beat. And here's a stagger.
Ooh.
Bye. Sin City, I'm sorry.
Unfortunate.
I'm sorry, Sin City, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
That was embarrassing.
Okay, but again, they only have the Transcendence and the beat, whereas Penten Visirion has the Grav Bomb combo, which is just so strong. And if you can land it, you can really just go ahead and win.
Ooh, Penten Visirion pushing their buttons a little bit too far. Samson's gonna go down. Bomb's gonna go off. Is Carvana gonna be able to bubble that? Yes, he is. Still max charge. And it looks like Penten's gonna be able to hold on to this point, actually, as Licorice Whip kind of off and on this offense. Are they gonna leave her? Oh no, they're gonna kill her.
Alright, well here though, you have, what is it, 4 ultimates for Licorice Whip, whereas Penten Visirion only has 3. But again, those 3 ultimates are the important ones. It's the Rally, the Transcendence, and the Graviton. And that's really all you need to win fights. You really only need a Grab or a Rally or a Trans. You don't need to use 5 ultimates at once.
You're right, but they do need to time these ults a little bit better. Licorice Whip going to be popping 2 ults there. Gonna get the triple A-Love. Wow, these huge bombs. Very amazing. You know, I gotta say, these bombs remind me of my old LAN days, alright? I'd roll up.
Old LAN?
My old LAN days. I would roll up, okay, to the PC bangs, okay, CSGO. And I would just click heads. It's just like this, you know? Sin City's just... He's not clicking heads, he's just landing bombs. He doesn't care.
And here's an early beat coming out from both. Only going to get 3 of them. And there's a beautiful shot from
Tomiko's going to land, go down, and... Wow, Penten Visirion, that trademark aggression that we've seen this entire game. Everybody goes crumbling down.
Yeah, Penten Visirion, with all their support ults, compared to just the Graviton from Cytheria and the Shatter from SarahDG. Here, Licorice Whip wants to look to get a dry push. They go in, don't use any ultimates, and maybe get the Transcendence, get the beat, get the rally out from Penten Visirion, so that way they can re-engage with the Graviton Shatter.
Yeah, you know, we see this classic one-on-one fights that happen between these teams. One side goes down and then the other goes down, and it just goes back and forth and back and forth. Oh! Bomb's gonna go off, isn't gonna get anybody. Poor Squirtle.
And Licorice Whip wants to look to engage off that. There's no lose here for Penten. They're going to have a hard time disengaging. But with their Reinhardt down, it's going to be really hard to go in confidently. But they do have the grab. They do have the beat. And they want to look to use it here.
Yeah, you know, this is honestly Penten Visirion's map. It's looking, you know, at the beginning I was thinking Licorice Whip coming back. But Penten has definitely made it clear that they are here to stay as far as this aggressiveness goes. Now tell me, have you actually, have you watched Penten play before? I'm curious as to see what the dynamic has been versus other teams, because...
I have actually. I even casted them once. I can't remember who they were against. I want to say it was Expandable Odyssey, but I could definitely be mistaken. But they were always a very good team. They showed this good ult rotation, and it's very important that you have that. And there's a beautiful beat from Bones.
Ooh, yeah, well timed as well. Unfortunately, nobody's going to die just yet, but as those support ults are going to slowly die down, people are going to start biting the dust. And just as I say that, Hephaestus is going to go down, and actually, Licorice Whip is going to be fighting back here. Looks like they're going to be able to take the point. Maybe Alev is trying to get out of there, but ooh, Sarah going to land a clean shatter right down the middle, just like slicing a cake, you know? Except... Ooh, Squirtle's trying to hold on to that point. Looks like all of Penten Visirion is coming back. That grab is going to get 2, and the bomb's going to go off. Hopefully get the Diva D-Mech, which it does. And they're just trying to cap this point as we go into the classic 2 CP brawl. Everybody's going on the point.
A beautiful pin there coming out from Sarah.
Really?
Making sure that the Ryan can't touch,
wow.
But also booping the Brig back, and that's going to give Licorice Whip the point. They have about 2 to 3 minutes remaining, if I'm not mistaken, and that was just a really beautiful play. They got those 2 early picks off the when the Transcendence went down. They followed it up with a clean shatter, getting the rest of them, and we're able to just snowball from there. And they have 1 minute and 44 remaining, so that means even if Penten and Visirion caps both points, no matter the time bank, Licorice Whip will have another chance to attack, but ideally, they just hold them here. They don't even have to worry about re-attacking.
Now, in your own personal opinion, because I want to hear this from you, what is the best defense that you can run on this first point? With my personal experience, I've gone with Orisa Diva, has been the most well-off for me, but I'm curious as to see how you've done, actually.
Well, there's the best defense and the most reliable. The best defense really depends on what the enemy is running, but the most reliable is going to be that Orisa Diva, Widowmaker Junkrat on a Mercy composition. There's so much flexibility. You're able to counter dive. You can rotate if they're running goats. You have the Junkrat, you know, to damage them if they're running goats. And if they're running some sort of double sniper comp, then you have the Diva DM. You have the Orisa shield to hide behind. And again, though, both teams are going to be running the classic Zenyatta goats, which very strong here. But honestly, Licorice Whip could run that Junkrat. You can run a Winston Diva, like take that high ground, go where goats can't go, and abuse the fact that they can't get to you and you can get to them easily. That's what you need to do if you want to win. But I'm guessing that they've just scrimmed this Zenyatta goats over and over. They feel good on it, and that's why they run it.
Indeed. Map's gonna be rolling out here. Is that an attack? What do I see? Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. Wow, they're playing very, very close. Licorice Whip, an odd choice, certainly. Unfortunately, it looks like it's not working out very well. It's hard to say. It's both sides, both fights going on right now. But they're gonna absolutely clean up Licorice Whip, and Samson, I think, got a 3K there. Very interesting.
Yes, very interesting. But Samson's gonna have an Earth Shatter. Carvana's being close to the grab, but Sarah DG also close to their Shatter. So it's really going to come down to who can get a better Shatter, because there's no support ultimates for either side. You want to use these Shatters early, and you want to use them effectively. Yeah, and Penten Visirion is looking at a 7-minute push. They got plenty of time to push this point. But Licorice Whip knows that. And wow, that was a no-reg on that Shatter. Maybe a little bit of spectator glitch there. Penten Visirion is just rolling over Licorice Whip. They just... It's that, you know, it's like we said. Licorice Whip, if it ain't broke, you can't not fix it. And I think that's definitely working out for them.
it's just
Yes,
they
but
keep
Licorice Whip
running.
coming back
yeah.
in with 5 people.
They keep
Both
running
rallies
this Zen Goats, and although it might be a wise choice sometimes, I really don't think it's working out too well for them. They're actually going to be able to scare off Penten, Visirion, and Squirtle are going to be able to get out there with his life. So Fred's popping down. And honestly, this is looking like Penten, Visirion's map. Oof, the Baby Diva is going to fall. Yeah, this is looking like Penten, Visirion's map. They got 6 minutes to push. They don't have to rush anything. All they have to do is just build 3 ults and it's game. Looks like both sides pushing slowly into each other. Ooh! A huge shatter from Sarah DG. Trans is a little late there. Bomb also. But still gonna pick up Bones. Cal's gonna go down also. And there goes... Oh! He actually... Did you see that? Did you see that, Press?
I can't say I did, actually. I didn't have the greatest angle.
Yeah, so the Lucio was actually going for that boop there. And looks like he winded around, which was kind of interesting because I would have liked to see that back cat, but he ran away because of that diva. Oh. So, wow, Squirtle just getting in their face. Licorice Whip no longer being bullied. Carvana on the top. You see that positioning is very good. He's going to be able to just shoot down on them, get free charge. They're both trading in this fight now. Ooh, the double grab. Who's going to get it? Actually, it's probably going to be going to Licorice Whip. Considering they have the barrier, they're going to be able to push back and finally reclaim the point once more. Ooh. That is an unfortunate shatter. Carvana is 100 charge, 90 excuse me. 100 charge going to be pushing onto the point. He's max charge those max. 100 going to be absolutely murdering Licorice Whip. Oh my god. They're looking at a point cap here. Festus is going to go down, but it doesn't really matter. They're still getting percentage onto the point. Bones desperately trying to contest it, running back and forth so his team can come back. And honestly, like I said earlier, Penten, Visirion, the double bomb. Ooh, the well-timed sound barrier and the trans. All of these ults are just going off in unison, and it's really hard to tell, you know, when they pop these trans and they pop the support ults, it can really go both ways. And I think that's why, oh my god, Carvana just got a 5k, I think.
Yeah, and a really nice attack there from Penten and Visirion, using their ultimates correctly. They use the grab when they need to. They use the bomb when they need to. It's never just, let's try this. It's always, we know we need this, we know how to use it, and they do it correctly.
Really, really. Well,
but of course, Penten Visirion does have the better time bank than Licorice Whip, so Licorice Whip will have to attack first with only a minute 44. There's a chance that they might not be able to get this solid attack that they did last time, since Penten Visirion knows what they're going to run.
Licorice Whip, unfortunately, might not be able to get this bread. You know, honestly, I think that if I were Licorice Whip, I would put myself in a situation where I'm saying, alright, what works and what doesn't work? You know, I would go into, you know, scrims. I do this with a lot of my teams. You know, I put them into scrim and I just kind of run the gauntlet. You know, you want to see what works and what doesn't work for your team. And although it seems like they're very capable of running this Goats comp, the Zen Goats at least, for the defense and the attack, sometimes it just doesn't work out. And I think that's what they're coming to realize as they are playing these matches in the Owlet tournament.
Definitely. And here, though, we're going to see the same composition from Licorice Whip. My brain just died. In the Winston Goats, whereas Penten and Visirion, they're going to run this Moira Zenyatta triple tank with the Widowmaker yet again.
Exactly.
And so here we go. Squirtle looking for that early shot, does get it, and they're positioned differently. They're not...
Yeah, they're hiding behind the pillar. Interesting. Looking to be an iffy choice as... Ooh, they're actually... It was very smart. Look at that positioning. Did you see that? Now, I want you to break down what just happened there. It looks like what their plan was, or at least on the side of... Wow, I gotta say, that was very, very interesting to watch. If you saw what they actually did there... Penten Visirion actually sat in that corner on the high ground, and they were actually charging all the way into, and basically forced them into that corner, which I've actually never seen before. That was big brain.
Yeah, it was very smart, but now Licorice Whip knows where Penten and Visirion is setting up, and they know where to expect them and where to attack from. But
Ooh,
huge
a
shatter!
huge shatter. They're gonna pick up Saradiji and Tomiko, and they're just laying onto this Licorice Whip. Gonna pop the bomb just for extra measure, and unfortunately there is no soul alive to take it. Things aren't looking very good for Licorice Whip. They're building onto these ults here, but...
Yeah, Penten and Visirion, though, they have the Graviton and they have the
do.
Infrasight. They know exactly where they're coming from, and they can just prevent them from touching the point with the grab if they so want.
Licorice Whip gonna make a desperate last-ditch attempt to rush the point, and Samson's gonna charge in from behind. Is he gonna get anybody? He's gonna pick up the Brig! There goes Brig. There goes Winston, and looks like all of Licorice Whip is soon to follow. I feel like I'm watching Deja Vu, like Groundhog Day, you know? We see the same problem being repeated, and I think that Licorice Whip really, if they want to step forward and win these games, they gotta really step up their game.
So
Wow.
you say you think you're watching Deja Vu, but nope, sorry, Deja Vu's a diva player / hit scan for Infinite Meat. Over
You're right.
Major
Over
Smile.
in Infinite Meat is Deja Vu. My bad, my bad.
Yeah, you're not watching Deja Vu.
I'm not watching Deja Vu. I'm watching
I know.
Licorice Whip.
However, that was definitely a good attempt from Licorice Whip. But again, they kept doing the same thing over and over. They didn't really know how to change things up. And that's something that's really important. You have to realize, this isn't working. Maybe we should focus the Widow first. Maybe we should focus the Moira, focus the Yana. You have to pick a target that you can all go on, especially when you're running that Winston. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to make it work well. And Penten and Visirion just abused the fact that they couldn't and won the map. But here, a very interesting comp from Licorice Whip with the Symmetra May. Now, if Penten and Visirion chooses to run a Pharah, they're getting absolutely demolished.
I gotta say,
Licorice
if
Whip doesn't have a hit scan.
If I'm Licorice Whip right now, I'm really looking at anything that will win me. And I mean, honestly, Sim Bastion Mercy it could work. Honestly, I think it could. If they have a decent enough, if Tomiko really puts himself out there, he might actually not make it to them, it looks like, coming back from that spawn. But, yeah, I mean, this really could work. You know, Squirtle obviously on that Widow, and, you know, Bastion's known for creating a lot of space, so we might see a lot of dynamics here. Looks like.
Yes, we definitely could, and here we go. They're setting up. They should feel the Sim turrets any
Bastion
time now,
comp.
and there we are.
Ooh.
They know what they're running.
Gonna get rid of this. Actually a smart strategy, but it looks like they're all getting isolated. You can't focus on those Sim turrets for too long. Just like Cal's gonna get decapitated by that Sim orb, unfortunately. And they're just hiding in that little thing. Scytheria gonna pick up another one. I think this might be their comp. The Sim Bastion might be working out for Licorice Whip as they win that initial team fight. Looks like Sarah's gonna push up a little bit. She knows that they're in there. Is she going to push onto them? No, which is a smart decision. You never want to push into those corners, especially when they're running an aggro comp like Ryan triple tank. So they're still sitting in there, just waiting. Bastion's got it lined up. This actually might not be a very good idea. Diva's going to dive onto the high ground. Ooh, Tomiko's going to go down. That's the key to their entire comp. They're probably going to fall apart now. Sin City going to get demeched, and Sarah soon is going to fall as well. And, the final bell tolls for Licorice Whip. As Penten Visirion. Tomiko actually gonna get the res off. Oh my god. Samson. Oh.
And here we go. A beautiful
Samson.
cleanup coming out from Penten Visirion
Samson.
as they're going to cap the point
my
and
god.
win Anubis.
Samson.
As their third map, going up 3-0 in the series, also allowing them to take the win. But don't worry, we're going to be going to a fourth map in Hollywood.
Yeah, you know, we saw Samson at the end there land a massive charge onto the Bastion that was ulting, and wow, Penten Visirion just cleaning up that map and cleaning up the score overall. As you said, we're going to that fourth map upcoming.
So Penten Visirion, they showed that they're able to adapt. They're not just a goats one trick team. They're able to say, wait, we're running against a Bastion Sim, we should switch, and they did, which was very smart, and it's a very heads-up play for them. But Licorice Whip, they need to be pulling out more of these innovative strategies like that Bastion Sim if they want to try and take this fourth map away. Yes, they're not going to get the win, but hey, every map counts here now.
You're right. Every map does count here now. What an inspirational message. Tell all the new
Every
players.
map counts.
Every map counts in Owlet.
And we're going to be heading to Hollywood, where there's a lot of different comps you can run. You can run the Orisa Diva bunker. You can run the Zenyatta Ghost. You can run the Treehouse. You can really run whatever you want. There's so much, or not Treehouse. You can run the Dive. There's so much variety that you can run, and there's so many options available. And as we load up Hollywood, you've got to ask yourself, what really does Licorice Whip want to do to try and take a map away from Penten? Do they need to run another weird Bash and Sim comp? Do they try with that like Zenyatta Goats since they seem to have some sort of success with it on Anubis? What do they want to do?
Looks like there might be some... Oh.
Alright, well,
ooh, we're gonna wind things back. It looks like they forgot to switch sides. Gonna wind things back a little bit. Right back.
Or not? Question
or
mark? I'm
maybe
confused.
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's some harsh disagreements in the Owlet tournaments these days. We got a lot of technical aspects that need some tweaking out.
Smile, I guess.
Looks like they're gonna play. Yeah, looks like they're going with it.
All right, so we do have the Widowmaker.
And
no.
Caster's curse. Caster's curse. We ate our words.
Yeah, we're not even in the match, and we cursed it. Like, we cursed it. All right, so here we are. We're gonna load it back up because apparently, well, you know what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We just keep going. We keep going. So we're going to go ahead and load up Hollywood and Doorknob. What do you really think Licorice Whip has to do differently to beat Penten?
Look, in my history, okay, and this is coming from a GM player, all right. So you know, I got my big rank icon.
Weird flex,
right?
but okay.
Yeah, weird flex. All right. I honestly believe that any team can beat any team. If
any team can beat any team.
If any team can beat any team, if they just get good at goats.
If you just get good at goats.
If you just run Anna, Lucio, Moira, and you have 3 good tanks, it's GG. Like, I hate to say it, but like in the current meta, goats is king. You literally you cannot beat a team that's competent with goats, and we see. Oh my God! Wow. I really hope that the Widow, Hog, Bastion, Ryan, Zarya, an interesting weird flex, but okay. On both sides.
All right, but it doesn't. I highly doubt that Penten Visirion is going to stick onto this composition. Zenyatta solo healing, like really not going to happen.
Yeah, maybe he's going to build that ult in 5 seconds by tossing it onto the Ryan, and then tossing it onto the Hog, and then tossing it onto the Zarya. Squirtle, ooh, please. I do kind of want to see this Doomfist. Are we going to see a quad DPS? Oh, no. Unfortunate.
Oh, you got your baited.
Unfortunate. I did get you baited. You're right. Oh. Hiding in the shadows. Looks like they're lurking in the shadows here. Ooh! You know, what was very interesting about that is we saw that they actually took a very wide angle there. Ayla was able to actually see that coming, so they didn't get the full blunt of the attack, but nonetheless, unfortunately, Licorice Whip is going to win the fight. Sensei's going to get
it looks bad for Penten there, but it's actually really good there because
gotta get out of there.
They have these picks and they can just re-engage right now. They're full 6. Go,
they're going. Oh, Cynthia, you got to get out of there, buddy. Licorice Whip is just getting absolutely pounded. Sarah DG a little bit late to the party, saying, "Hey guys, what's going on in here?" Charging on to the point, gonna get picked off as well. Oh, that Lucio was an unfortunate death, but the map is going to go in the favor of Penten Visirion once more as they are taking this point. Licorice Whip just kind of trickling on. Now, these kind of fights are a little bit unnecessary at the end here. Yeah, there's really no reason once a team gets more than 1 tick and once you've been wiped to keep kind of flowing onto the point. Because if you do that, A, you're not getting a lot of ults, but you're just kind of feeding them, you know? And that's...
But it looks like here, Licorice Whip they actually are like, wait a minute, why don't we just run pharmacy? There's 3 tanks we're going against.
Exactly.
Pharah can build a bunch of ultimate charge, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're gonna run the pharmacy along with Diana, but Pharah's no good if you're just gonna get headshot out of the air by a Widowmaker.
Ooh! Alov gonna get the massive wreck. Like, I don't know if you saw that. He decapitated Sarah. Sin going to dive out of there. The Spare Mercy is still up in the air, but not proving to be very much of a problem for Penten and Visirion, as they're just like, whatever. Far Mercy, just shoot it down.
And now Penten and Visirion 5 ultimates online compared to Licorice Whip's 2, and I mean, there's really no reason that Penten and Visirion should lose this fight.
Really?
Just make sure they have to make sure that they're using their ultimates correctly.
He's gonna
Here's the
pop the
deep
bomb.
bomb.
Ooh, not gonna get anybody. That actually saved Sarah. That Squirtle that berry. We can get the replay on that. The grab goes off, doesn't get anybody, but nonetheless, Penten and Visirion gonna be pushing this point and going to be pushing it into the second checkpoint, as they are looking at a 5 to 6 minute push here, and Licorice Whip maybe swapping off. I don't know. Like I said at the beginning, all they really need is just a good goats comp. That's all they need. Oh.
Well, Darcy is stuck
Samson
behind.
taking a nap. Taking a nap. No sleeping on the job.
Yeah, but Darcy's actually gonna pay for that.
Yeah.
She does get staggered out by Penten Visirion, and she's gonna have to wait longer to group up with her team.
Squirtle
and
3
another
health.
big stagger.
Ooh. You can barely get out of there.
All right, and
Oh
here we
my
go.
god, Alov is just
Darcy-
pushing
Sorry.
really aggro.
Yeah, but Squirtle here picking up tons of free kills. And Sarcy and Bones both have their
Alov
Squirtle-
is in their spawn right now. Oh my god, is he gonna be able to get out? He is. Oh my god. Yeah, he's just not letting them go. He really... And they are... Licorice Whip getting pushed into the spawn. This is hard to watch, I must say. Oh my god. No! He's gonna... Ooh, a nice grab there to keep the Winston at bay. The Nindled Winston, of course. Carvana getting a little bit low. Sensei gonna go down to Samson. And looks like Penten and Visirion gonna continue to push the point. Maybe Samba's gonna be able to contest here. I don't know. Looks like they're gonna be going for that last minute trickle spawn. Stalling the point. Scyther are gonna go down, and looking like map 1 going in favor of the Penten Visirion. But maybe Sarcy. it's his last minute trickles that really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, what really lost Licorice Whip the fight there was that Sarcy, way back on the end of second point, was on that flank and got
You're
staggered
right.
out. And then from there, it was just stagger after stagger, and Licorice Whip can never take a full 6v6 fight.
Right, you
But
are.
here, Penten and Visirion, they know that that composition works. They know Goats works. They have a lot of things that they can pull out. So there's a lot of flexibility for them. In Licorice Whip, they don't know what to expect, and they really have to be able to adapt quickly and well.
Do you think Licorice Whip can come back from this?
Honestly, if I'm being real here, no. I'd love to see them do it, but I don't think they can come back. I think Penten and Visirion is just too strong a team.
Well, at least you're honest. I am going to agree with you on a few of those points, though I do think that Penten and Visirion has done an amazing job, not only showing themselves as the GOAT's champions, but also as the champions of this match in general, I think.
Yep, without a doubt. And of course, we're going to see this Roadhog Widow composition coming out again from Penten and Visirion, where Licorice Whip, they're doing something completely different with this Sombra Genji dive. And this is something that I was talking about earlier. They need to show their flexibility, and they need to be confident on it. So hopefully, they can realize here, hey, we need to dive the Zenyatta, dive the Widowmaker, and get those kills.
Right you are, and as we start the final map, the real question is Licorice Whip going to be able to take this point and hopefully take this map, maybe not get the 4-0 from Penten Visirion. Ooh. Oh, Alo's gonna land the nice hook. Gonna run in deep there, Sarah DG is getting dangerously low, obviously gonna fall. That was just an unlucky hook in an unfortunate situation. Squirtle going to get pick off. It's a little even, but then again, you know, this is the attack defense. Licorice Whip actually playing a little bit more aggro. That's what's great about the Mercy. You know, you can recover from these lost fights, and although it may not seem like it's Penten, or it may not seem like Licorice Whip very much won that fight, Mercy is very much in a situation where I don't think she's useless per se, but she's very much a niche pick, more than she used to be.
She's definitely a niche pick. You really only run her with the Pharah or in these kind of dive compositions where you need to look for that res to keep the 6v6 alive. But even then, Roadhog, such a good deterrent to dive, being able to land those hooks and just get those easy damage.
Ooh, gonna land the huge Shatter and Penten Visirion. We're just like I don't mean to summon the player. Will he come here if I say deja vu in the mirror 3 times? But we're seeing this over and over and over again. Since it getting pinned to the wall there, Penten Visirion is just mopping the floor with Licorice Whip, and this is so sad.
Yeah, and Licorice Whip, though, they're close to the Nanoblade EMP combo, which is such a strong combo. And if you can land that EMP onto the Zenyatta, there's no Transcendence to worry about, and the Nanoblade can just burn through the tanks. But again, you have to make sure you catch the Zen, but it might not even matter, as Caius currently does not even have Trans.
Yep, getting into this next team fight. Looking at 2 minutes left. Ooh, the 4-person EMP. Is anything gonna happen? Wow, very interesting. You know, Licorice Whip didn't actually push off of that. I mean, most of them
had
were
the dragon.
Yeah. The grab not gonna get both gets a kill on the Squirtle on the Mercy.
Yeah, it's very interesting there that despite using the EMP, the Dragon Blade never came out. You also had the Valkyrie out, which means you could have just given Tomiko the damage boost on it, even if your Ana was dead. But no, they choose to hold the Dragon Blade, something that I'm sure will end up costing them here.
Well, you are... Oh, Tomiko with the huge stagger there. As we push towards this last section of the map, looking at 1 minute on the clock. You know, Licorice Whip, I gotta admit, they've had a good run. Things are looking very good for them, but I believe that they can at least get a tick onto this point. The bomb's gonna pick up Cass just as I say that. They're gonna pop the Nanoblade, they're gonna pick up Samson. A-Love is also gonna fall, and just as I say that, it looks like Licorice Whip has a fighting chance of taking this map home. Carvana is desperately trying to build that grab, but it's going to go down nonetheless, and all of the maps. Now, this is where we see Licorice Whip wake up. They really got to step it up here. You know, we've been going back and forth this whole game, and I really think it's time for them to step up their game.
Exactly, but the big thing there was Licorice Whip. In order to win it, they basically had to use all their ultimates, and that's not okay. It took you 4 minutes to do that and get that in that push, and now you only have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to move longer. Like, things aren't looking too good for you if you're Licorice Whips. And of course, Licorice Whip's gonna res back up Cytheria, but they're gonna lose Tomiko. Penten and Visirion might want to go in here while they're up 1. And it looks like that might be what they're gonna do. Or no, they're just gonna wait for the cart to come around.
Yeah. Ooh, A-Love's gonna pop that whole hog, gonna be pushing close into their face, gonna get the slept unfortunately, so his ult's gonna not go off. But Penten Visirion, as usually, is going to be just going back. You know, this whole match, I've been wondering, what exactly does Penten Visirion mean?
I don't know.
I was thinking, you know, I haven't actually looked, I don't think they actually have a team logo, but, yeah, I have no idea. We should ask them after this. We should get, some after-game interviews going.
Maybe. But it looks like here, Starcy and Tomiko, they have the Nanoblade combo, but Caius is gonna have the Transcendence to counter it. It'll all come down to whether or not Caius can get it off before the Nanoblade kills him. And here we go.
Well, Penten Visirion picking up this payload over and over again. Tomiko is actually going to pick up Kaios, which is pretty huge considering they're both down, both supports. And they're going to land a huge shout of the 2K bomb. Licorice Whip pushing forward once more. They got 1 minute left. So, we're looking pretty good.
But yet again, this is a situation where they used everything in order to win the fight. They only have a high noon, which it's not that great in ultimate. And Penten Visirion has the time to re-engage, get some kills off the Earth Shatter, and just go ahead and win the map, hopefully, for them.
Exactly. You know, this is the key crucial moment. They've only got 37 seconds on the clock here, 35 and counting down, and, you know, if Penten Visirion takes his back, there's no guarantee that Licorice Whip can come back. Sin is trying to stay alive. They're just trying to, you know, play aggro here. Oh, but the Shatter. Could this be it? Oh, Sarah's gonna fall. Tomiko's getting low. He's gonna go down. Cersei's gonna go down as well. And, oh, Penten Visirion is going to be closing out this map with a clean 3-0 as Bones desperately tries to stall the point. Fortunately, not going to happen. Oh, maybe. What is this? Oh.
No, Bones just gonna die in a nice headshot to Sarah DG.
That is game.
The map. Alright, so the win goes to Penten Visirion with the clean 4-0 victory. Gonna put them at 2 and 3 in the standings, while Licorice Whip going down to 0 and 5. And that's something you never like to see, but here's a beautiful play of the game from Hephaestus as Moira.
Indeed. Let's watch this. Well, GG's all around. This has been definitely a great game, and although it is the 4-0, you know, it was a lot closer than many would think it, and definitely a great game on both sides.
Without a doubt, Licorice Whip and Penten Visirion both showing up big. But yeah, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank Penten Visirion and Licorice Whip for such a fantastic game. And Doorknob, thank you so much for being my co-caster. You were amazing.
Thank you as well, mister. And we hope to see you guys in these next couple of Owlet matches. Obviously, this is only week 3 of the tournament. Be sure to tune in to all of the other matches that are going on next week, as well as tonight, actually. I believe there are some matches going on right now, so feel free to look at
Twitch.tv/Owlet Tournament.
Exactly. Feel free to look at those, and you guys all have yourselves a splendid day. Thank you.